So for a while now I have wanted to make a video about the status of my creative projects, and in the background you can see something that I have put on. I think I will put on footage of a 2-year-old drawing that I was doing, and interesting thing is that it is the most detailed drawing I have made digitally, and it was 2 years ago, and I still haven't made anything more detailed than yet that. And I'll go in no particular order and talk about my life and stuff I would like to do, and what I'm doing and what I have done. So one of the big things is that I think in summer I started to do a 1-year art challenge, which is where you have to sketch or draw or paint or anything like that every day, and the subject doesn't matter and the quality doesn't matter as long as you draw something every day. And I would post my art on Twitter, and initially it was mostly pixel art, where I was doing art for a game project, and but there were some off days, and like some days I drew other stuff. I think in autumn I started experimenting by drawing character art, and I was coming up with different kind of characters inspired by Latvian names. Like the first one was Bērziņš, which translates to birch, which was a man who not translate but transform his limbs into a birch tree. And then there were a bunch of other. However, this challenge and many other creative things that I was doing were kinda put to a halt at the end of 2021. I got a really bad period mentally due to my stomach is rumbling. I don't know why. I hope you don't hear it on the mic. So the bad period was because of the increase in living expenses. They increased for something like 25%. I was really stressed out, and I was really wanting to like get myself together, and the effect was the opposite, that I like got out of my regular routine in many ways. So I still kept doing the daily art challenge, and the days off that I took were getting increasingly more frequent, and right now I'm on a streak where I'm not doing it, and I think I have reached something like day 190, and I'm really doubtful that I will continue doing it. I would rather just restart the challenge, and I don't feel particularly guilty about it, and I think that's good, because over time I have understood that you really bring yourself down by feeling guilty about that kind of stuff, about not sort of working on your hobbies and your passions, because it really weighs you down. It's better to look forward to the future and to look at what you can do now rather than what you haven't done. So Yeah, the main reason I started, there were several reasons why I wanted to do the art challenge. It's the first and obvious one is that I wanted to improve my skills, mostly in digital 2D art, and maybe later start to tackle 3D or more traditional. And I also wanted to make some progress on my game project Centurion Rex. And I suppose that could be a good segue to Centurion Rex. Centurion Rex is a pixel art strategy game project, which is sort of inspired by Heroes, not Heroes, but Age of Empires 2 and Red Alert 2, and also Red Alert 3. And I started to make this project at the beginning of 2021 during Global Game Jam, which was taking place online. And after that I submitted the game with some improvements to a local game dev competition and was very lucky to get the first place, and that inspired me to keep working on the game. So I was doing it all summer, and but at one point I guess I burned out, and I was doing only the art, and the programmer had a kid during summer and he was really busy, and so there haven't been any mechanical improvements to the game since the spring of last year. However, I have just been making a lot of art, a lot of animations, and they are not used in the game yet, and there's like a lot of work to do. And the game has a Steam page, but it has no trailer. It also has an itch.io page, and I would really like to return to the project. I don't know when, I don't know how, because I have invested quite a lot of time in that, and I like the art that I have done, and I would like to give it. It feels like there are many projects that I have not finished, and it sort of feels like abandoning your child. It makes me feel bad, and I don't know, maybe I should also learn to do that with projects, that I don't hang on to them too much, and if I feel a calling to do something else, I should do that. But I really wish to complete a game and publish on my own a PC game on Steam, so that I would feel like a proper game developer. And yeah, speaking of game development, this year I also participated in Global Game Jam, and this time I was not doing the art, I was doing the programming. It was for a game called Munaria. Mechanically it's inspired by Spybotic's Nightfall Incident, which is a Lego game, and also by Heroes of Might and Magic, and maybe there are some other inspirations that I don't remember right now. And I kinda like the concept of the game. It's basically set on the moon, and depending on what you do in the game, you either make the moon shine bright, make it become a full moon, or a new moon and be dark. So I think I will continue working on this game because every year there is a competition, a local competition, where you can earn some money prizes or something else. Where I submitted Centurion Rex last year, and I want to submit Munaria this year. And also, I think I will modify this game to be playable on mobile, because I think it's easier to publish on mobile, even though like it can be more difficult to market, more expensive, but the barrier to entry is also lower. And I just want to get something out that's sort of finished and playable. And I think there are less requirements on mobile than on PC. And the good thing about this game is that I did the programming and I more or less understand what I wrote. For the previous game, which was Centurion Rex, it was more difficult to do anything else but the art, because it requires a more complex AI as far as I understand, and a better understanding of the real-time strategy genre, and I don't think I have that yet, so that's why I feel more comfortable with finishing up Munaria first. And yeah, we will see how it goes. And kind of last of my projects that I was taking seriously for a while is Point and Sin, which is something I started in 2018, and it's a Diablo clone. Where you have to escape from hell, and it's playable for free on itch.io. And my goal for this game was also to publish it on Steam. And it's kinda... the problem with this game is it has very little content. It has like one level. There are not... it's lacking a lot of basic technical features like save games, and yeah, the main thing I guess is save games and a lot of content. So that's also a project I think has sort of some value, and I would like to continue it someday. Last time I worked on it was around Halloween. I made a new update where I don't even remember what I did. I think I made some cosmetic improvements, like adding more environmental objects, and maybe I even added a new enemy. I don't think I did, but I definitely made some art for a new enemy, which was a devil. And what else? Yeah, like a month or so ago I started to make Heroes of Might and Magic 5 Let's Plays on my YouTube channel. It was in attempt to make me less addicted to Heroes of Might and Magic, because I have noticed that if I record my gameplay, I don't usually enjoy playing as much most of the time. And I thought it would help my addiction, but apparently it didn't, and I just keep playing the game and not taking care of myself. And I have recorded some more gameplays, and I have been quite lazy with uploading them on my channel. I have some more. Yeah, I think I'll get back to it maybe, because it's actually very satisfying to try and build up the channel with new content. What else can I talk about? Maybe about streaming. I stream whenever I want, and there is no schedule. You can check me out on Negul TV on Twitch. Okay, thanks for listening. This was kind of sort of stuff I wanted to get off my chest, so have a great week.